baby.
Here we go. Last night we had a really good game with the 76ers at the Bulls, visiting them. The Bulls, they got over a 24-point deficit last night to get over beating the 76ers. What did you see last night from the Bulls, or do you think the 76ers just fell asleep at the wheel? What was your take last night, Chandler?
Let me tell you something. They were down 24 points late in the second quarter, and this team just stuck with it, Lou. They were resilient. This team, listen, they lack talent. They don't have the most talented lineup. They don't have the most talented roster in the NBA. But the way they play, they have constant movement, constant, flow. They're third in assists. They're second in three-point percentage. To me, that tells me that they're getting great shots. Josh Giddey is the head of the snake. I don't know why we're not talking about this dude. He's averaging 23, 10, and 9 points. They're well coached. They play hard. And again, it's just a free flow on offense. Guys like Kevin Huerter are giving them outside shooting. Vooch has always been a solid big man who's kind of holding down the paint. Ayo is giving them great minutes off the bench. A key adjustment I think Billy Donovan made is he brought Pat Williams off the bench. This is a former top 5 pick who had a lot of expectations, got a little bit of a payday, and that was a big move, I think, to kind of move him to the bench, let him be more comfortable, let him fit in. But this team's rolling, and they play the right way. They play smart, and I can't talk enough about Josh Giddey, man. Big guard. He always showed flashes of it in Oklahoma City. Obviously, they were loaded in the guard position, but, man, he's really turned the corner, and he's shown why he got that big payday this summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
What'd you
Welcome
think
back,
about
Beadle.
it, Lou? Thanks. It's hoodie day. I wouldn't miss this. Yeah, here we go.
No, you
Sorry,
know what?
Lou.
Watching it,
You would have seen the panic.
Look, he legit panicked. But
I saw it, and honestly, I think Lou did a great job. I need a little more pep in your steps and more smiling, and you'll be fine.
All right.
I almost acted like I was frozen.
Yeah,
I'll take the coaching. But listen, you know what, y'all? Last night watching this game, I realized that the 76ers are a real team. The Chicago Bulls are a real team. You know, Chicago, they play great together. You know, you feel like you feel like Giddey is the head of the snake. I like what Vooch is bringing to the table. He was in attack mode early. He's a stretch 4. He's a stretch 5. He gives them that option. And when you're a guard like Josh Giddey and you have so many targets that you can hit and guys doing their jobs and being in the right spot, it make it easy. I thought the Chicago Bulls played that way. And on the flip side of it, I thought the Sixers, they made a lot of tough shots early. Like, I watched this game. I saw Maxey hit a tough fadeaway three-pointer to start the game. He hit another fadeaway three-pointer to start the game. Sometimes that's fool's gold. When you make some tough shots early on and you know that the game is going to slow down at some point and you're going to have to play half-court basketball, I felt like they kind of got fooled into a half-court basketball game, and that's why Chicago was able to walk them down. But all in all, I think both of these teams are the real deal. I look forward to seeing how they mature going down the stretch, what adjustments both of these teams make moving forward. But I like what Chicago did. I like how they played, and I like how Philly played as well. You know, being down 24 points and losing the basketball game obviously is never an ideal thing, but I think they still got a lot to work through. Jared McCain, he's still trying to work himself back into the lineup. He didn't have a great night last night, didn't score, didn't get a rebound, didn't get anything. You can expect his usage to go up, obviously a lot. You can expect VJ to have better nights than he did. He shot 4 for 12 from the field. Joel Embiid wasn't efficient from the field. I think that all comes from them making big time shots early on in that game, and they just didn't adjust well, and it didn't go their way.
You know what's crazy this morning? I was thinking about that game, and I reminded myself that Paul George still hasn't come back yet. And like, that's crazy to me that we still have a Paul George. We're waiting on that in the middle of all of this. And I wonder how long it'll be before we can, look, there's a lot of game to be played still, but we did this with Detroit. At some point, maybe you take a turn as an organization and you start to get good again. And I'm wondering if maybe this is the beginning of that for Chicago. Can we get our good friend Stacey King his call on the Vucevic game-winning shot? Here he is.
Up a screen. Giddey races to the basket, fires it out. Vucevic the shot. Vucci Main for 3. Vucci Main steps up again. The grizzled veteran steps up and hits the biggest shot of the season. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth, I'm coming again, Elizabeth. Oh Lord, it's the big one, Elizabeth. The Cardiac Bulls again.
I
How
think
ridiculous.
I think Stacey
We got
King been
Vucci
listening to us.
man.
What
We
you
got
think?
Zucci man.
Yeah.
I think
Too
Stacey
many.
King been listening and watching the running back. He talking about Vucci man.
I
I
like
think you
it.
know where to get that from, but I like it. That was a great call.
Chandler,
That
you
was
hated it? Why are you shaking your head?
No, I think it's unbelievable. I just think it's funny that we just Zucci man with Zubats and now Vucci man and the grizzled vet. I love the energy.
like
I
that.
love the guy. I forgot his name, but the commentator on the Hornets, he really leaves it all on the floor. He goes ham with some highlights. So Stacey King, he's giving him some competition. But listen, this Bulls team, they're so interesting to me because we talked about yesterday the Bucks, right? Who's their number two? We obviously know Giannis is their number one. Who's the Bulls number one? Like this is literally this is a team. This is a team that they have 9 guys that average more than 7 points. Like I said already, they're third in assist and they're second in 3-point percentage. So they're playing together. They're playing as a unit. Josh Giddey is doing a great job controlling this offense, but there's no clear cut number one. They just go out there and they hoop and they play hard and they move the ball and they get the best possible shot. To have that good of a 3-point percentage and that high of assist every single night shows that they're playing offense the right way. They're playing unselfish. They don't care who scores. But when you look at Josh Giddey's numbers, I mean, bro, he's averaging 23, 10, and 9. And this is the first time we've said his name all season long. And the Bulls are 6-1. This kid deserves a lot of credit. He got paid. A lot of guys can kind of take their foot off the gas after that. He's doing the opposite. He's making that jump and he's showing why he got that contract. And he's a huge part of why these Bulls, without a clear-cut number one, really, are 6-1 and at the top of the East.
Yeah. For
Also,
me, it's
Kobe
hard
White
it's
not
hard.
back for Chicago.
Kobe
We're
White's
just talking
not
about
back.
players that are
Still
not
not in the
20
lineup.
points a game.
insane.
Yeah, for me, it's hard not to say Josh Giddey when you have those numbers, but I'm just looking at Vooch last night, man, and it felt like he was the motor. Like they were still playing through him. The offense was still ran through him, and they were taking advantage of the opportunities that they had that he created. And Josh Giddey was able to find everybody, and he was able to be just as aggressive on the offensive end as Vooch was. But to Chandler's point, that's the great thing about the Chicago Bulls early in this season. You can't pinpoint who they're going to play through. You can't pinpoint who's the best player on this team. And I don't really know if they care at this point. You know, they've had some bad runs. They haven't really been able to find that traction that they wanted to find as a basketball team. And now that you have it, don't mess it up by worrying about whose team is it or who's the number one this, number one that. Just play the best basketball that y'all can play as a unit and continue to rack up these big wins. This is a great win for the Chicago Bulls team early in the season because I'm sure they got haters. I'm sure they got doubters and people that don't think that this is real. So for them to continue to rack up these wins and beat the teams that we keep highly touting as the better teams in the East, this is going to be good for them down the stretch, I believe.
It's fun to see that building happy too. Like it's a joy, if you will. We're gonna play a little game called Is He an All-Star right now. I feel like we could do a bunch of these here in these first few weeks of the season, but these are the numbers. Well, I mean the silhouette, guys.
The
silhouette
is
gives it
crazy.
away.
Is that Carrot Top?
Is he an All-Star right now?
Clearly, that's Joel Embiid.
Clearly.
Is he an all-star, Michelle? Yes.
At the moment,
he's 23, 10, and 9, damn near averaging a triple-double on technically right now the best team in the East. Yes, he is an all-star, damn near an all-star starter with the start that they have.
Where is Josh Giddey from?
Australia.
So he goes on that side. I don't know the rules. I don't know these.
My
I don't know
side
these,
is killing.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know these
You're
All-Star
American,
game rules.
Michelle.
I don't know how many guys are going to be on each side. Do we have any update on the rules? How does this work? Or are
We
just
don't
really
No, I still
12
don't. I still
Euro-
don't have clarity on that. But listen, they're the number 1 seed. They're getting if this was all-star voting stopped right now, they're getting an all-star, and it's got to be him.
That's
They might get 2.
By the way, when I was putting together my foreign
If
team,
they stay there,
I didn't even think
everybody
about
Billy
in that
D
one
might be the
spot.
coach.
There you go. As it stands today, on what is this, November 5th, 4th, whatever it is, the
Whatever.
Chicago Bulls are the best team in the East. They're gonna get afforded some of the perks of being at that spot. Who knows?
Okay,
We're going to
we've been
really
very-
ruffle
we've been
some
very
feathers with our
positive.
power rankings later.
No, I
Oh,
know. I
my
was going to
God.
say, like, let's just hold off on the super
I was trying to get
positivity.
us out of it yesterday. I was
You
unsuccessful.
tried. You tried really hard. I was proud of you. Okay, yeah. So look, they're the top team in the East. Let's try to foresee the future and how realistic we really think this team is. And I remind you of the Pistons when you do this, but they've made the playoffs once in the last 8 years, and they haven't made it in the last 3. So realistically, Chandler, are we looking at a playoff possibility here?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be weird to say no right now with the start that they've had. And they also, like we talked about, they have help. Kobe White's been out of the lineup. Ayo, who's had a great start this season, he didn't play last night. Zach Collins, another, valuable big that they have coming off that he didn't play last night. So they do have a little depth. They have shooting. Like I said, they move the ball. They play offense just the correct way to play, unselfish, extra pass. I have a good shot. He's got a better shot. They're moving the ball to him. And they have the big fella who, Booch kind of reminds me of a Miles Turner, right? He's been on the trading block, I feel like, his entire career. He's a great dude. He plays hard. You never hear any distractions or problems with Booch, and he just keeps his head down, and he gets you 20 and 10 every single night. So, yeah, it'd be weird to say they're not a playoff team right now. They're 6-1. The East, we said, is wide open. We see these good teams that we thought were going to kind of get off to a good start, like the Knicks, the Cavs, the Hawks are banged up, the Celtics. The Bulls have shown right now they are a better basketball team right now, and they'll make the playoffs in the East.
Yeah, I think this is good for them. I think this great start is going to be beneficial to them going down the line. Let's say they do find some bumps in the road. You're giving yourself kind of a runway to deal with some adversity in this season. So for them to go to the 1 seed and find themselves outside of the playoffs, I don't really see that happening, especially with how the East is built right now. So many different teams going through that adversity and their adjustments as well. I think they maintain. Again, they've figured out a way to win basketball games as a unit, as a team. The ball is moving around. Everybody is happy. We're talking about guys having an opportunity to have all-star years. I think everything is lining up for the Bulls to not only be a playoff team, though, to be a top 4 team and possibly get home court advantage if they continue to play this way.
Whoa.
Crazy. All right, we're going to talk some Sixers here. We're going to get positive about that in a second, but you